Tuesday. I was just I was having a threesome. Now maybe a cigarette and some beer. Or a cigar. That's a better idea. What are we looking at today? Looking at Truth, Justice, and the American Ale. Handcrafted Session IPA from Great Lakes Brewing Company, Cleveland, Ohio. Just an outstanding brewery. If I ever get down to do a little visit with Paul and Diane, Hasman 440, definitely want to take a trip down there and eat and drink our way through the brewery. 4.8% by volume. Best served as cold as it can get, so take that, Paul, from BandEBrewReviews. Oh, that's weird. Okay, we still got plenty of time. It's got the born on date, it's got the alcohol percentage, it's got the picture, and the bottle cap looks something like that. Yeah, this is gonna taste good. What should we open it with? Decisions. Oh, I can't remember the name of the guy's channel. I mean, it was a nobody. I mean, but another one of those usual troll-like identities. It was one of the Lagunitas reviews. He's just like, prepping and guns. I'm gonna go find a real review of this beer. You're a weirdo. I'm like, I left a comment. I go, good, because this channel is by invite only. And then I blocked him. Yeah, wow, that's crystal clear. Crystal clear, a deep amber, plenty of carbonation. Smells like an IPA. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Stripey McCatpuss. Before you sent me the R-rated version of that one, I do have that same picture where she had a wardrobe malfunction. Okay, cheers, guys. I mean, hang on. People just here for a quick brew review. He went, must be good. Click. Hoppy citrus up front. I guess bordering in the direction of the grapefruit as opposed to nibbling on a pine tree. It's got a nice little dry, bitter middle, and then the whole junk in the trunk on this one is all citrus and bread and biscuit. Maybe a little, just a tad bit of like a caramel citrus. I mean, I'm not going to stand here and like make up a whole bunch of shit. There's like 20 different taste sensations between point A and point B. No, it's just a really good citrus, little dry, bitter middle, and that strong finish with the bread and the biscuit. Kind of a dry finish. That's very tasty. Yeah, I don't know. Who was it on the JP video made the comment that that's a good looking rifle, but still like the Mosin more. Well, the Mosin's nice. I mean, after shooting this one, there's a few, well, not a few. There's one kind of huge issue that I don't know exactly how to resolve. Might have to have a mind meld episode with Chris over Alone with Company. You know, just by design. And what the hell am I talking about? Well, first of all, not only for accuracy, but just usability, you want to get your scopes as low to the bore axis as you can. I mean, right down to the point where, you know, it's just about gonna touch. Well, you're taking a rifle that originally was just supposed to be steel sights, and you're putting a scope on it. Well, the Rock Solid Industries, you know, allows you to get a scope on there where you probably wouldn't have a heck of a lot of options because of the top, you know, the top feed of the bolt, and the fact that the safety, as screwy as it is, uses up this whole back area. And Rock Solid wanted to make something that was going to be very durable, and then made it as low pro as it can, and makes it hard. And yeah, I'm sure a few of you caught that one. That's why I went with that cheek riser on there. Well, the problem is that cheek riser, I had to modify it just a little bit, and that's as high as that cheek riser can be without stopping you from being able to not only function the rifle but get the bolt out of it. So it's kind of in a catch-22, because there's high mount rings that scope came with. They sell a medium, and those are the low profile. Make them any lower and they're not going to probably be very durable or very beefy. And shooting it was one of those things where if you just went out and shot that all day long, you'd probably think you're having a pretty damn good time, and you would be. But when you shoot the JP first and then switch over to that one, it's definitely not as comfortable to shoot. But they're both really damn nice looking rifles. I'm really glad that sorry, I can't block the girl. Here we are in that quandary again. Which one? Mosin, JP, hot blonde. A little bit of a. She's that close to having a wardrobe malfunction. Politics, I got nothing for you. Greg melts if you listen to anything but his 60s and 70s and 80s crap. Not quite as bad as Christine when politics comes on. She just goes, it'd be like, with her it's something like this. Turn the radio on, and you can count to 10 before it goes off. She can't believe there's so many stupid people. She's like, you know what? You know, I vote and I look at the situation with my brain, and it seems like our country is all screwed up because so many people want to vote with whatever. You know, like, for instance, my God love her, but political idiot niece, who's like, oh, Obama's so dreamy. Really? Well, then go on fucking vacation with him, and please, can we have someone that really knows how, well, he knows what he's doing. He said he was going to fundamentally change America. Well, welcome to socialism, everybody. How's that working out for you? By the time he leaves, You know, isn't that an embarrassing number? I mean, I don't even know how someone like him doesn't just eat a bullet on his own. You will be leaving office, putting this country more in debt than that number added up with every previous president. Every previous president added together won't come anywhere close to Obama. Healthcare, it wasn't perfect, but it certainly wasn't screwed up like it is now. And I hate to laugh, but I'm seeing more and more young people going, I don't understand. Either I thought it was supposed to be affordable to I got penalized on my taxes. Oh, well, that's funny. I didn't think Obamacare was a tax. Because if it was a tax, I thought it was unconstitutional. But I guess when you are a piece of shit like the Obama administration and a libtard, you just rewrite the rules. You know, you do what's going on right now. All of you that are either my age or older, look back at all of the things that used to be right. I mean, I just know if my grandfather was here, he'd just be like, my parents worked their ass off to come to this country, and now this is happening? You just march across the border and expect your Obama phone and your Obama car and your Obama insurance and your... Hi, Hitler. Maybe just a touch on the floral side. Tell you what it is. It's a big touch on the good side. Truth, Justice, and an American Ale from Great Lakes. I'm gonna give this a 9. And the reason I'm giving it a 9 is because I would really like to see that alcohol percentage doubled. Twofer Tuesday. Let's just take a, you know, after having something really, really good, throwing in a Rolling Rock. And I wasn't being mean or anything. For what it is, I've always kind of been a fan of Rolling Rock. I don't know why I don't buy it more, but we got something really tasty and good on the palate. Let's light it up with one of these. And the cap. What are the odds? Okay, why is that shit? Is it just me or what? You know, when you go to plug something in, you got the big blade, you got the small blade, and no matter what, it should be a 50-50. Never is, though. Rolling Rock. You know, it's funny. For someone that likes to avoid politics because she gets so lit up, I come downstairs this morning and Christine's sitting on a couch listening to some, I didn't even ask her who it was. I didn't recognize the voice. Some female talking about these flag douchebag loser pieces of shit that are standing on and burning and whatever the American flag. And I know she went off yesterday on talking about that, and she, you know, I can Cliff Note version of it. It actually sounded a lot like my rant, and she hadn't even heard mine. She basically said, if you have so little respect for the flag, and that flag represents America, that is our seal. That is probably the thing. You know, I can't speak for them, but I can only imagine if I was, you know, if I was one of our boys or boys and girls fighting, men and women fighting for this country, to come home and every single time you're somewhere and you see that flag, it's got to warm your heart. And she's just like, if you have so little respect, that represents our country. You are stepping on your own country. She's just like, get the fuck out. Just fucking go. And I said, yeah, you know, my comment is they'll find out how bad it is over there and how good they had it here and want to come back, and they'll probably fly that flag. And she goes, no, too fucking late. You denounced it. You trampled on it. You disrespected our men and women. Get the fuck out. You're not coming back. I'm like, okay, I guess I don't have a problem with that. Okay, cheers. Rolling Rock. Kind of typical, just kind of a queet. What the hell was that word gonna be? It has your typical, like a corn syrup kind of a sweetness kind of smell to it. Really, really clean. This water they used must have come from God's country, or, you know, Lake Superior. Yeah, I feel sorry for some of you guys. You know, Tom, like, for instance, to be living somewhere where you're not exactly sure if you even have enough water to water your lawn, and I can't even imagine what that's like. There's a lot of it right over there. Actually, right over there. Cheers, guys. A little bit more carbonation. Pretty singular, you know. It's, you get that like corn syrup like sweetness to it. Oh, it's never been a bad not a bad beer at all. I mean, as far as what it is, you know, you could probably get a case of this for, you can get a case of this for one bottle of Dogfish Head 120. So you do the math. Just a, you know, it's one of those things where I'll go to the store and, you know, pick up maybe something like the stuff from Great Lakes, and then grab like a 12er or a case of this. Just have this, you know, this is like that throwdown beer when my neighbors chasing me going, I need a beer! And I'm like, reach into my holster and I toss a Rolling Rock behind me, and I can safely make it to wherever I'm going because he's going straight for that. Oh, Bobby, I don't know what the hell I did. I had some issues last night and ended up napping on the couch. And when I woke up, I thought it might have been too late to give you a jingle back. So I did get the message though. Again, you know, extra pale, premium beer, Rolling Rock. I don't know if they have an alcohol. Oh, 4.4. They do put it on here. Excellent. Yeah, it's a. You know, if you've never had it, if you never had Rolling Rock, definitely give it a try. You know, it's not a craft beer. It's not a, you know. It's not exactly filled with all sorts of gobs of flavor, but it's what it is. It's good at. So on the Pilsner, collection, I remember this is the completely separate thing. If I were to say on the E scale, for a Pilsner, I put this like an 8. This is not an 8 when we're comparing it with an IPA. This is its own little subdivision of the E scale, and I give it an 8. It's one of the fallback ones that I don't have a problem with. As a matter of fact, I hate to say this, but I actually think I like that a lot more than my what would be, thanks to the neighbor, the bush, because it's more, it stays more smooth. Doesn't have quite the edginess that, say, a bush or something like that would have. And I've got more, and it's nice. And Christine brought me back cigars from Vegas, and I still got that. I got another. Yeah. Might have to. 68 degrees. I might have to go destroy that last one. I mean, it's contraband, so it needs to be destroyed, and the most thorough way to do that is with a small controlled fire. What should we look at tomorrow? Let's look at Runabout Red from Sebago, an American Amber Ale. This is another one from Tardisius's. Tardisius, man, you're a good guy, and I'm not just saying that because I know Chuck. I'm not just saying that because he sent me beer. I'm saying that because anytime I watch a video and I see that you've sent something to somebody, even if it's something that hasn't been talked about or mentioned or what, but he seems to like clue in on if it actually isn't something where someone has said, I need this or I need that. I made a comment, like the Mosin made a comment about, they need to work on the trigger, and he sent me that the trigger spring kit. Now, when you switch to a Huber Concepts, you no longer need that because it completely, it's whatever. It turned into a Huber runabout, and there's a little runabout boat on there too. How special. So we'll take a look at this tomorrow. What can I tell you about it? I don't remember if the other one from them gave an alcohol percentage or not. No. Gotham, Maine. They're out of Maine. And there is not an alcohol percentage on this. So we get to play the alcohol game. That tomorrow. So, I'm going to take off. I know we could stand and talk politics or... Damn, man. That's all I got to say is damn. 308 ammo, though. It's a little bit different than the surplus you can get for the Mosin. Of course, I have to be honest when I say I still have not much. After the shoot last year, Travis had got me 440 rounds, and most of that has been completely shot up. But then I bought 880 rounds, and not that I have a problem with it because, the JP has gone through the barrel. I did the barrel break-in. I went above and beyond even what they recommend. And as far as the Mosin goes, though, since I guess I could take out some of the surplus and just compare it side to side, but my brother-in-law actually picked up the head. In a Mosin, it's technically a 311, not a 308, and you can shoot 308 if you're gonna load that case. You can use a 308, but just don't expect it to be the same accuracy as a 311. And my brother-in-law has been loading me the 311s, and all I can say is yeah, I know talk is cheap, but anybody that knows me other than Chuck knows that I wouldn't make the comments, but it's kind of like that bigger fish story. My very first shot of the day, knocking dead center on the bullseye at 100 yards, and then just thinking that was a fluke because, after drinking coffee before going out to shoot is always my downfall, but I love my coffee. I decided to aim at that shepherd's hook, 3/8 wide shepherd's hook at 100 yards, and managed to, cut her. If I was to go big game hunting right now, and I just had to walk out the door with something, that Mosin would go without any fear that I could hit stuff. The trick is around here is finding a range to keep stretching that thing out farther and farther and farther and seeing what it can really do. And the thing is the Mosin round is like the 308, and the 308 is still rising as it passes 100 yards. So technically, I guess I can't say that the Mosin is sighted improperly. If it's if you're shooting at 100 yards, it's dead on perfect. But I should actually, at 100 yards, I actually should have it. I should have it be shooting an inch low, because that bullet is still traveling up. So by the time it gets to 200 yards, it would be a direct hit. Which, I guess, if I can find an area that I know is 200 yards, I can prove that, because what was a dead bullseye will now be high. So, yeah. Yeah, that thing is just absolutely insane. The only reason I stopped shooting is because I ran out of ammo. Okay. So I'll look at the runabout tomorrow, and I am gonna go. I think I might take one of these out there with me, just in case the cigar, goes up and I need to throw something on it. So, guys, cheers, be safe, and we will see you tomorrow.